tried just crawled that, but she walked across that too, no problem. But we're gonna see. We're gonna ease our way in, kind of get her toes wet. Guys, as you see, hand off the throttle, it's idling right at 1200, no problems. The exhaust is underwater. I know this was a pretty common problem on the 570s, and I'm hoping that we cured that. But we're just kind of looking, I'm just trying to see where we are water-wise. We're almost to the top of the airbox right now under the sea. I'm just gonna let her idle for a second because I really want to see if this belt box is good and waterproof. And I know you can sit for minutes underwater and they're gonna leak probably. There's probably no way around it, but I'm gonna do my best to make sure that it doesn't. But right now we're just kind of checking everything. Probably gonna go back up to the house after I get done with this and check all the fluids, make sure that there's no water in the oil. Probably gonna pull the plug in the airbox, and I'm probably gonna pull the plug, or I'm most definitely gonna pull the plug in the clutch housing, make sure there's no water there. But we are just gonna kind of sit here a minute, make sure she idles, everything's fine. She's still sucking air, so can't complain with that. She doesn't sound like she's got water on top of the cylinder or anything. And we can put her in neutral right here. Make a little jacuzzi out of it, but everything's going good so far. Boiler hasn't died or anything, so. But we're just kind of gonna walk our way back to that corner and we'll be good to go. Alright guys, so as you may have saw right off the gate there, I had a little check engine light pulling out of the hole, but as soon as I got out of the water, it cut right off. I don't really know how to check the stored codes on these. I don't even know if they do store codes, but what we're going to do is we're going to pull our airbox plug, and we're going to see what that looks like. I'm kind of worried about it, but she's dry, nothing coming out of that. And this plug, if you're wondering, is the plug that comes with the kit. So there's no water in the airbox like that. So I guess the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check the oil, make sure the oil's fine, and make sure there's nothing on the top end. She's still running good. She's not running lean. She's smoking just a little bit from up top here, but like I said, that's to be expected. We just went under all that water. But we're just doing a little R&D right now, checking her out. I want to check her out here before I take her anywhere on a ride, because I mean, nobody wants their stuff breaking or messing up while they're out on a ride. That's why I still haven't put my side panels back on. We are just kind of going to check out on her right here. Everything's looking good. I don't see any leaks or anything. I don't see any back pressure or nothing like that. So we're just going to check her out. Alright guys, we're getting ready to check the oil. I haven't looked at it yet. And yes, I have to get pliers because my drain plug gets so tight in here. So we're just going to give her one good pop. And we're going to hope that it's not milky. And for y'all that don't know anything about four-wheelers or engines or oil or anything like that, you don't want it to be milky, you want it to be black. And so cross your fingers right here that she is blacker than can be, because if she ain't, it's gonna suck. Oh, would you look at that, boys? No milk, looking good. I can see down in there she's milky, or she's not milky, sorry. Sorry to get your hopes up, I guess. But everything's looking good on the oil. I'm about to check. I already checked the airbox, no water in it. I'm thinking that code maybe, I put a spark plug in and I didn't gap it. I know what you're all gonna say, like, what the heck, Jay, like, why didn't you gap it? It's whatever. But so that could be an issue. She's not really spitting or sputtering or anything, or missing like a missed gap plug would do. But I think that check engine light may be possibly related to that. I'm not really sure, but we just want to make sure. So like I said, this is like our R&D, our testing. I'm about to pull the plug on that. If you give me just a second, I'm gonna go get me a wrench or a screwdriver or something, but I'll be right back. All right guys, so I did get this loose and are about to see here with me. She's dry. And I know what y'all are saying, like, oh, you need to have it on, put it in neutral and like sling all the water off the belt. Well, bud, it's okay, because I've had this sucker where you pull this plug out and looks like a water hose is hooked up to it. So I'll stick my finger here and check. So what I did there is I probably messed it up when I pulled my pinky out. But you see how there's a wet ring around my pinky, and on the tip of my pinky it's dry. That means, because I touched the inside of the air box, or the clutch box, just to make sure. But so if you see any water at all on camera, it's water off of this drain plug, just around the edge from where the water settles right there. But on the inside of the box, looks to be dry. We're not noticing any issues with that. But, so we're just gonna keep on trucking. Everything's going good. But I'm probably gonna clean her up now. Oil is good. That was good. We got a little souvenir from the hole there. But so far, everything's going great. All right, guys. So I do want to come back real quick. I did a little bit more riding. I didn't get it on film just because I wasn't doing nothing serious. I wasn't trying to get really deep. But I actually did get about up to the tail lights with it. But that's not what I'm making this little tidbit about. I talked earlier in my last little segment about the check engine light coming on. I figured out what that was. It was nothing major, nothing to do with the EFI. I thought maybe somehow that a little bit of water had got on my cool plug. I do have dielectric grease on my cool pack over the plug, so I didn't really know what was going on there, but I did figure it out. It was actually my transmission speed sensor. That's going to be check engine code 0842. It's going to be the speed sensor for these four-wheelers. If I looked at the diagram right, I believe it's going to be this sensor right here. But if it's not that one, then I don't know. But as far as I could tell, it didn't have any effect. I think what's happening, I've got dielectric grease on those connectors. I may just have to pull it back apart, put a little bit more in there, no big deal. But what I think happened is she got a little deep underwater and some water got in there and it didn't like it. Check engine light throws a code. As soon as you get out and let the tires spin, when it's out of water, it goes right away, the code goes right away. It took me a little bit to get that code to come back. So I don't think it's anything serious, but I am going to stop by the dealer, talk to them, make sure it's not causing any harm. But other than that, it's doing great so far. And if y'all don't know, I have a new setup. So these are Sportsman 1000 wheels. They're off a Razor, 2015 Razor. I have 28-inch STI R4s on there. They're actually made, they make them for UTVs, but they do have one size for the four-wheelers. But as you can see, the tread depth on them is pretty good. They're 28 by 9s by 14s. They sit fine on the four-wheeler. You can fit, I think, up to like 30s or 31s on these four-wheelers with no issues. I wanted a smaller, skinnier tire to save weight, because I mean, these four-wheelers aren't 800s. They're not 850s, 1000s. They don't have a lot of power. I feel like some people don't take that in consideration when they build these four-wheelers. They want to throw the biggest, the baddest, and that's great as long as you got the clutching and the engine to back it up. But I just have an EPI clutch kit with the stock 570 engine, I mean exhaust, high flow air filter, but nothing crazy. But so far it's been doing good. I haven't had to get pulled out yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Maybe I won't have to get pulled back to the truck though. That's all I'm worried about. But I was just gonna stop and let y'all know that's what the check engine light was. But so far everything's going good.